Hi there, this is Casey Stubbs from Winner's Edge Trading, and it's time for the weekly review of the major currency pairs on looking at the trends on the daily charts. Let's go ahead and get started with the Great British Pound US dollar. Okay, you can see over here that the Great British Pound US dollar had a pretty strong downtrend. The last 3 days we were in consolidation in this area, and then we dropped down, and currently we have a topping or a bottoming tail happening, which we will wait to see if this candle will continue to drop lower or if we get a slight pullback. If we get a slight pullback on the daily candle and that closes, we could see a temporary retracement, and I would look for the price to have difficulty stalling out around the 156 area, around in this resistance area. Okay, we'll take a look at the Euro US dollar. Same thing with this pair. It was down significantly over the past few days. There was a very surprise federal announcement of an interest rate reduction, which really drove this pair down in several hundred pips in a few minutes. But as you can see, on the last day we bounced at the bottom, and we ended up closing up for the last day of the week. So we could see this bounce continue to move forward. However, I would look to continue to short on resistance areas where it looks like there's a possible turnaround, and to go down and reach further lows around the 132 area. Next, we will be looking at the US dollar Canadian. This pair has been moving down as well, and we were looking like we might have had a rebound. However, there was a full retracement on the last day that dropped, that erased all of the gains that it had made previously on the daily candle, and it closed right at new lows at 103. We would look for support right around here at the 102 area, and this pair is very much correlated with the price of oil and also the dollar index. So if you're trading the US dollar Canadian, keep your eyes on oil and the dollar index as well to get an idea of the general direction. Okay, the next pair we'll be looking at is the US dollar yen, and you can see here that we had up all week, but then Friday it topped out around 190, or about around 92. You can see the moving average here was resistance. So what I would be looking for is for the next candle to be dropping down and close. If the next candle will close lower than this level, that would be an indication that we could have a sell signal with an indication of a target around around 89. And if it moves up from here, be watching this 92.23 area, and after that we will look, if it can close higher than the 92.23 area, look for a target of around 93.50. The next pair we'll be looking at will be the euro yen. The euro yen has been making its way back. It's been making a comeback. It's been chopping around in here, no clear breakout. Currently it is testing a pretty strong resistance area that it was tested one day before, around 125. If it can break the 125 area, I would look for this pair to continue moving to around 127, and if it cannot break 125, look for it to continue and go back within this range that is currently developed here around the 121.50 area. For the Great British Pound yen, we have had an up move, and now it dropped down the next day. This is a clear indication, as it has broken the lows and it's closed below there. It's an indication that we could be headed down to the support area of 138.61, and if it breaks down through that area, we could see further lows. Also, the US dollar Swiss franc, it has been traveling up for a long time, and it topped out around 109. This drop below the lows here, it's testing the lows of the previous day. If it can continue to move down and drop lower, we could see further losses on this pair. And I would have a target of around the 105.50 area near this 200 moving average, and then look to buy it again at that point. And lastly, we have the Australian dollar. This pair has moved down to the lows earlier, and it touched up against the 200 moving average around the 85, 86 level. And then it bounced up from there, and it had trouble around the 90 level, and right now it's undecided, although it started to break down and now it closed higher. So we will be watching it move in between this current channel that it's in between here, the 88.78 level, and the 90.30 level. We'll be watching this pair for a breakout of either of these ranges, and at that point we could look for it to go up to 92, or if it drops lower, look for it to go back to around the 86 area. Okay, so that's it for the daily outlook. If you have any questions, please come and give me an email, leave a comment, or look out for my technical analysis, which I'll be doing with greater detail later on this weekend. Thank you, and have a great trading day, and have a great trading week, everyone.